Before you leave this video, answer this question. Consider we have two traders, trader A and trader B, and they want to buy shares of Apple company. Let's say the share price is $10 at the moment. Consider trader A placed an order to buy 100 shares of Apple $1 above the current price, and trader B placed an order to buy 10,000 shares of Apple $1 above the current price. And consider these are two different scenarios and not happening at the same time. In both of these cases, the price of Apple increased $1. When you look at these two cases through price perspective, they are equal cases because in both of these two cases, the price increased $1. And on the price chart, we have exactly same increase in the size of candle for them. Now the question is, are they really the same situation? Of course no. In case of trade A, we have $1 increase that its value is equal to 100 shares, but in the case of trade B, we have a $1 increase that its value is equal to 10,000 shares. In trade B, the $1 increase of the price is more bullish because the buyer is showing more interest to buy the Apple share for a reason, and because of this, he is putting more money on his trade. When there is an increase in the volume of trades, it means that something has happened, a fundamental change, a news release, or anything that persuade the traders to buy or sell in larger amount. So by analyzing the volume in conjunction with the price movement, we can correctly measure the strength of the price movement in the market. Generally, volume is used in three ways: confirming trends and evaluating their strength or weakness, confirming reversals, and confirming breakouts. I will explain them and then I will introduce the best volume indicators that you can use, because on trading platforms there are different types of volume indicators and they can have different use cases. So make sure you watch this video until the end and let's get started. When you open your price chart, you need to add volume indicator. On TradingView platform, here you just need to click on indicators, and when you search volume, you can see that there are lots of volume indicators. For now, I just add this one, the simple volume indicator, and then I will introduce two of the best volume indicators that you can use in your trading strategies. When you add volume indicator, here below the chart, you have some vertical bars that show the volume for every time period. For example, right now the time frame is on 1 day. So each bar here show how much is the volume for every day. Volume shows the number of units that change hands in a given period of time. For example, in Forex, it is the total amount in terms of the currency. In stock market, it's the number of shares. In the futures market, it's the number of contracts. And in cryptocurrency market, it's the number of coins that are traded over a period of time. Paying attention to volume is important for both of short-term traders and long-term investors. So besides technical analysts, fundamental analysts also carefully watch the volume, because on one hand, volume shows liquidity for an asset, and on the other hand, it shows the number of units or the amount of money that was exchanged for that asset in a given period of time. In simple words, volume shows the interest of market for that financial asset, and this interest is in terms of both of buying or selling activity. Depending on the candle, if it's green or red, the color of the bar is green or red. So when you see a green bar, it only means that in that time period the candle was green, and when you see a red bar, it only means that in that time period the candle was red. As I said, these bars only show the amount of units or the amount of money that was exchanged for the given period of time. So when analyzing the volume bars, the height of the bars should be analyzed, and any conclusion about the strength of buying or selling pressure should be analyzed in conjunction with the price movement. We analyze the price movement and volume together to evaluate the buying or selling pressure in the market. For example, here for this long green candle, you can see that we have relatively high amount of volume. So here we had high buying pressure, but for this red candle, although we have high amount of volume, which is higher than the previous period, but the candle is not showing selling pressure and it couldn't cover the previous previous candle very well. So we know that this high volume here is not associated with higher selling pressure. And you can see that after that we didn't have decline of the price, but the price advanced, as you can see. But for example here, after this green candle, this red candle was able to cover the previous candle very well and closed below the midpoint of the previous candle, as you can see. This is dark cloud cover pattern and showing selling pressure, and this is happening with increase of volume, as you can see. So we know that here we have higher selling pressure, and you can see how the price declined after that. In technical analysis, especially price action trading, volume is an essential part of analyzing chart, and it plays an important role in the formation of patterns and confirming trading decisions. If you're interested to learn price action analysis, recently I published a book, The Art of Price Action Trading. The link is in the description and you can get it later if you're interested. Alright, besides helping you in analyzing the price movement candle by candle or in the formation and confirmation of patterns, volume can also help you with evaluating trends. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, generally volume is used in three ways: confirming trends and evaluating their strength or weakness, confirming reversals, and confirming breakouts. For example, on this chart, you can see that the price is in an uptrend, and when you look at the volume, you can see that the volume is increasing as the price is going higher and higher, and this shows that buying interest is increasing over this period of time. This shows that the uptrend is strong. Or on this chart, you can see that the price is in a downtrend, and when you look at the volume, you can see that the volume is increasing in this period of time. This shows that because of a reason, market participants are more interested to sell, and this interest of selling is gradually increasing, and this shows that the downtrend is very strong. In the ideal situation, in the pullbacks, when the price is moving against the overall trend, we must see lower volume, and when the price turns back in the direction of the trend, there should be higher volume. Having a situation like this shows that the trend is strong and there is a higher probability for the continuation of the trend. On this chart, following this downtrend, you can see that in the pullbacks, when the price is moving against the downtrend, we have high volume. This shows that buyers are gaining strength and the downtrend is losing strength. So there is a possibility that the downtrend may end and a reversal may happen. On the chart, you can see that following the downtrend, the volume is also gradually increasing. But since we have increase of volume in the pullbacks, it gives us the early signal that buyers are gaining strength and the downtrend is probably weakening. In another situation, you can have an uptrend or downtrend, but gradually decreasing of the volume. For example, on this chart, you can see that the price is in an uptrend, but when we check the volume, we can see that the volume is gradually decreasing, and this shows that buying interest is gradually decreasing. This shows that the uptrend is losing strength and there is a possibility to have a reversal. In another example here, you can see that the price is in a downtrend, and when we check the volume, we can see that the volume is gradually decreasing, and this shows that the selling interest is decreasing. This situation tells us that the downtrend is losing strength and there is a possibility to have a reversal. One point that you must pay attention here is that increasing of volume is not always a signal for further continuation of the prior trend. There are cases which we have an exhaustion move, which is a very sharp advancing or declining of the price with extreme amount of volume. In exhaustion moves, the volume is considerably higher than average, and it can be even up to 5 times greater than the average. These types of situations usually happens before reversal. So when analyzing volume, pay attention that these types of extreme volumes can be a sign for a reversal. As I mentioned earlier, volume is an important tool for confirming breakouts in price action trading. When a breakout happens, there must be considerable increase in the volume, which confirms that the movement of the price is very strong. If there is a breakout with little change or no change in the volume, it shows that there is a lack of interest among traders for breaking that level, and this gives the possibility that the breakout may be a false breakout. As I mentioned earlier, volume doesn't provide an information about probable direction of the market, but when analyzed in conjunction with the price movement, it can provide valuable information about the strength of bullish or bearish pressure in the market. Alright, now let me introduce two indicators on TradingView that can effectively help you in volume analysis. The first one that I want to introduce is called volume delta. We add this one, which is written by someone named Hap Harmonic. Alright, this is the indicator, and as you can see, it is added to the chart. This indicator is a very powerful volume indicator that can effectively help you in analyzing volume. This is not just an ordinary volume indicator, and besides giving you the total volume for each period, it also gives you information about buying and selling volume separately for each time period. Here you can see that we have a table and it shows live information for the current candle that is forming. It shows the amount of buying and selling volume separately, their percentages, and the net amount of volume until now for this current candle that is forming on the chart. Here, for every time period, we have a vertical bar similar to an ordinary volume bar, but here in this indicator, each bar has two colors. Red shows selling pressure and blue shows buying pressure. So in each period, you can effectively evaluate the percentage of buying and selling volume separately. If you see less red and more blue, this shows higher buying volume, and if you see less blue and more red, this shows higher selling volume. This is very useful information for confirming the buy-sell signals that you have from your trading strategy. For easier analysis, the percentage of buying or selling volume is also reflected on the price chart on each of the candles, as you can see. But here, the dominant one is actually the color of the candle. So when, for example, you see that the candle is blue, it shows that we had higher buying volume in that time period. Or when we see that the candle is red, it tells us that we had more selling volume in that time period. There are also two moving average lines on the chart, and the indicator also shows buy-sell signals based on their crossovers, which in case if you use moving average crossovers in your trading strategy, you can use them with your desired settings. This indicator is one of the best volume indicators that helps you to effectively analyze buying and selling volume separately, so you can further confirm the buy-sell signals that you have from your trading strategy. Alright, the next indicator is volume order flow profile, this one, which is written by Algo Alpha. Alright, this is the indicator, and as you can see, it is overlaid on the price chart. This indicator is about volume profile and volume order flow. Volume profile is based on the aggregation of volume over specific price ranges, and they are calculated within a given time period. It helps in identifying areas of high activity and low activity on the price chart. Here on the right side of the chart, you can see that we have horizontal bars, two-sided horizontal bars for different price ranges. By default, the indicator is set at comparison mode. When the indicator is in comparison mode, we have both of buying and selling volume for each price range. The left part, which is green, is showing us buying volume, and the right part, which is red, is showing us selling volume for each price range. So for each of these price range, we can see the total activity separated as buying and selling volume, and this gives us the ability to evaluate buying and selling volume separately for each of these price ranges. If we go to the settings of the indicator, here for profile type, we can change it to net order flow, and the indicator will show net total volume in each of these price ranges. In this mode, the buying or selling volume are not shown separately, and we have the net volume for each of these price ranges. It is better to choose the comparison mode so you can evaluate the price ranges more effectively, because you can see where there is a considerable difference between buying and selling volume, which makes those levels more significant and more likely to hold in the future. The other volume indicators that I discussed in this video help you with analyzing volume in each time period, but this volume indicator helps you to analyze volume in different price ranges, so you can identify significant levels that may hold in the future. I have a complete guide to this indicator where I explain how you can use this indicator to identify significant levels of the market. The link is in the description, and I recommend you to watch it later so you learn how you can use this indicator in your trading strategy. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video, and good luck with your trading.